Greetings, welcome to the channel. I am a big fan of Apple products, and I just picked up the new AirPods Pro 2, and I'm holding my original AirPods Pro box along with the new package. Can you tell which one's which? Neither can I. Well, the one on the left is actually our new AirPods Pro 2nd Gen, but while the boxes may not look a whole lot different, it's what's on the inside that counts, and there's some big improvements here. Let's get started. Nothing earth-shattering about this new packaging of the 2nd generation AirPods Pro. I did purchase these directly from Apple for $249 and received them on launch day. I did find them online for a little bit less and a greater discount for the original ones if you still are interested in getting those after watching this video. I'll put links in the description, pricing subject to change. Well, let's get this unboxing done. And you've seen a bunch of these, I'm sure, but I still got to open mine. And I know how packaging's getting really minimalist now, but I'm still happy with the heavy-duty construction of this box. Let's grab our packet, and it's got our typical disclaimer paperwork as well as a little bit of instruction, which is nice. There are no Apple stickers included here, but the inner fanboy in me would like to see that change one day. Alright, this is feeling a lot like the original AirPods Pro unboxing, so let's proceed accordingly and see what we have. And we do have our AirPods case wrapped in that frosted apple plastic, and we have a lanyard loop on the case. Is the first design change, but the form factor, size, shape look much the same, and we now have some speakers at the bottom, and we still have our same Apple Lightning charging port, still no USB-C in spite of the Pro name, and fit and finish feel great. Nice tight tolerances on that hinge system, and let's pop it open and take a look. As we hear it try to sync with our iPhone, we're not going to do that just yet, but very familiar looking form factor here. The AirPods themselves look much like the original Pro series. Got that same silicone ear pad. They've moved the vents around a little bit, but the fit and finish still feel the same. Beside the obvious lanyard loop and speaker, very similar to the original design. Finishing up our unboxing, we see we have a Lightning to USB-C cable. That's pretty standard stuff. I have a bunch of these laying around. Probably won't even be taking this out of the packaging because this is, after all, a wireless charging case as well as MagSafe. So there's really no need to plug in unless you truly have to. I almost forgot there's an assortment of ear pads. And what's different this year is we now have more sizes. We have large, small, and extra small, as well as the medium, which already comes pre-installed. So the tips can be easily swapped out to fit a number of different ear sizes. These silicone ear pads were a key design of the original AirPods. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they are so easy to interchange. You basically just pull them off with a little bit of force. No, you're not going to break them. And to reinstall, you just line them up, push on them, and they just click right back into place. What a great design, great functionality. It just speaks to how Apple focuses on the user experience. Just something that minor, just replacing the ear pad, is a wonderful experience. Unboxing complete. Now, full disclosure, my current AirPods aren't even the Pros. I have since switched to the 3rd generation AirPods because they just sound better than the AirPods Pro. The AirPods Pro I found a little bit muffled sounding and earpluggy, if you will. And the 3rd generation AirPods sounded a little bit more natural and a little cleaner sound to me. But I found myself missing the noise cancellation of the Pros. So sidebar, this is launch day for the Apple Watch Ultra, and I do have my MagSafe charger that I'm going to borrow just to show you the MagSafe capabilities of this case. Very strong magnet and excellent. The third generation standard AirPods does have a MagSafe capability, but not as strong of a magnet, I noticed. So I promise you I'm not going to turn this into an Apple commercial, but jumping onto their website, you can see Apple is really focused on enhancing the user experience with better sound, better transparency, better noise cancellation, 6 hours of battery life, as well as a touch volume control feature added to the stems of the AirPods. This is all made possible by the brand new H2 processor. They redesigned a custom driver and amplifier around this chip. It runs faster and more efficient with less distortion and cleaner sound. And giving you those cycles per second, you're able to give better noise cancellation, better compression. And that was a big feature that I was looking for with the original AirPods Pro, and I'm glad they're enhancing the noise cancellation of the new and improved second generation. Active noise cancellation is indeed a big deal, and you cannot have active noise cancellation with earbuds without having something stuck in your ears. So as I mentioned, Apple did add an extra ear pad size this year to fit more folks, which is cool. Mentioned that touch control on the stems of these new AirPods. A nice touch feature has been added so you can actually adjust the volume. This is a big convenience if your phone is in a bag or in your pocket, or if you're exercising or doing another activity and you can't get to your watch safely. I mentioned earlier some obvious enhancements to the case. There is a new and improved chip. It's a U1 chip that actually enables the Find My feature to really pinpoint and actively pursue and find your AirPods. The lanyard loop is probably something I'll never use, but it's there. And you have the built-in speaker, which is useful for getting feedback when you're charging or locating your AirPods. IPX4 rating now matches your AirPods themselves. The case is as well splash and sweat water resistant. So how far we've come. And I've got quite a few sets of AirPods now, from the original AirPods Pro to the third generation AirPods to now our AirPods Pro second generation. And yes, I am still rocking the original AirPods. These dropped originally in December of 2016. And these things are still running strong with those long toothbrush-like stems. Still love the small, compact sleekness of this little pill-shaped case, and built so well. And they did an amazing job designing this one, and the fit and finish are still spot on. Love me some AirPods, folks. And you can just see the size difference between the Gen 1 Pros and these Gen 1 AirPods. Still pocketable with the Pros, but love that form factor of the original. Let's do a quick case comparison to the AirPods Pro on my right to the second generation, which are on the left here. You can see the dimensions are much identical. And let's jump on the scale, and we are at 2.01 ounces on the originals versus 2.15 ounces on the second gen. Let's scroll over to grams real quick for our friends overseas. And 56 grams on our original AirPods Pro versus 61 grams with the second gen. So a little bit heavier, much the same size, but arguably a huge difference in technology, and arguably more important, the sound quality that's inside these little capsules. So I mentioned MagSafe. Yes, you can charge this with a Apple Watch charger now. Very cool. But I also have a MagSafe charging power source from Spigen that I really love, and wanted to show this thing off a little bit. You simply power it on with the power button, holding it down for a second, and you'll see the lights. That gives you the fuel gauge. And this will do wireless charge as well as MagSafe. So I can charge up my original AirPods Pro. I can charge up my third generation AirPods. And of course, our second generation AirPods Pro. And it's a winning combination with this MagSafe charger from Spigen. Is that a plug? No, I wasn't paid to say that. I bought this myself. And yes, I am running a Spigen Tough Armor MagSafe case with my iPhone 13 Pro. And it's an awesome fit and combination. You keep these devices running all day, every day. And I like having that secondary power source when we're out off the grid a little bit, camping or hiking or on an adventure. So good stuff. So as far as overall sound quality of the AirPods Pro 2nd generation are the absolute best AirPods I've ever put in my ears. That's hard for me to prove on a YouTube video. What I can do is give you a sound sampling of the microphones of each of these on a phone call. And you tell me, are you able to hear any difference in sound quality from the microphones of these AirPods? And this is a sample of me speaking through the original AirPods Pro, giving you an idea of the sound quality of the microphone on a phone call, a web internet call, and or a voiceover. And this is a sample of me speaking through the standard AirPods 3rd generation microphone to give you an idea of the sound quality for a phone call, a web call, or a voiceover. Right now, I am speaking through my AirPods Pro Generation 2 AirPods, and this is hopefully giving you an idea of what the microphone is going to sound like on a phone call, a web call, and or doing a voiceover directly into your computer. So through the magic of YouTube, I'm 2 weeks into these AirPods Pro, and I can safely say these things sound awesome. But should you buy a pair? Well, if you have the original AirPods Pro or you have the 3rd gen, there's things to consider. I would say the sound quality is superior with the Pros because of the isolation with the ear pads over the 3rd generation AirPods and the noise canceling. Not to mention the transparency mode is, to me, it just feels like I'm wearing nothing when the transparency mode is engaged on the AirPods Pro 2nd gen. And I didn't feel that way with the original AirPods Pro. So wonderful. It's almost like you're wearing nothing and you have to double check to make sure your AirPod is actually in your ear. And these just sound way more natural and just an overall better user experience. I'm no longer experiencing that earplug effect of the original Pros, which kind of made you feel like you could hear yourself echoing in your head when you were talking. Bottom line, I highly recommend these. I think they're a huge upgrade over the Pros and can't recommend them enough. There are 3 minor misses for me though. The first one would be the lanyard loop in the case. I don't understand that. I'm not going to be using it. And further, they don't even give you a lanyard to go with the loop. So confused as to that one. The second miss for me is the color selection or lack thereof. Going on 6 years into the AirPods lineup, and we still only have one color to choose from. My third miss is the lack of USB-C on a Pro device. If we're calling it Pro, why are we still seeing Lightning port adapters for charging on these devices? Not that you're going to be using it. I'm not going to be using it that much. I'll be using the MagSafe and the wireless charge, but still, I'd like to see USB-C on all my Apple Pro devices going forward. Well, if you made it this far, I want to thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for subscribing. Thanks for liking and sharing this video. I greatly appreciate you all. Stay tuned for more content, and I'll see you next time.